Hey guys, this is Wendy, and today I'm going to talk to you about what type of shoes you should wear when you are out walking with a weighted vest. I have made two other weighted vest videos that have been really popular, and I will connect them in the show notes in the description below so you can reference those, but I really just wanted to tell you all the shoes that I've tried that work best for me with a weighted vest. I've been wearing a weighted vest for about a year now, and I walk 5 miles every morning before work. It's a lot. So, but I really enjoy it, and I've got kind of addicted to walking with a weighted vest. So let me tell you what I do. So the first shoes that I wore were Nikes, and I've worn Nikes throughout the years, you know, whether it's cross training or running shoes or whatever, but I got a pair of Nike running shoes and I wore them on a walk. Well, I wore them on a couple walks and they gave me terrible blisters to where I couldn't walk and wear my weighted vest. So the break-in period on the Nikes was huge. So now I have these Nikes that I wore one time outside and went, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore to my poor feet. So I use these only on my treadmill, and the treadmill is really forgiving. It's not like you're on a hard surface. So these are not bad for the treadmill, but as far as a weighted vest walk, don't do it to yourself. So I was a big fan of Nikes, and I just don't think that I'll be buying those again. So then I heard all this hype about Hokas, and I was like, oh man, they're just kind of really expensive, but I wanted to try them, and so I got Hokas. And you know, when you're walking 5 miles a day, you really need to replace your shoes. And you can see these, they're kind of gross, and the tread is gone, right? But I don't know if you can see that well, but you can see that the tread is gone from these. And definitely, sorry about the gross stuff on there. I don't know. But the tread is gone. So whenever the tread is gone, that is the time to replace your shoes because they are broken down, and you don't want them to be broken down because you'll just be hurting your feet and your legs on it. So I really liked the Hokas at first. They were very cushiony, so that took a bit to get used to, but I really liked them, and I liked them so much that after I wore them for 3 months and I had to get another pair. So, you know, you've got some money invested in these things because these were like, I'm going to say they were like $160, maybe $180. And after wearing Nikes, or maybe it was just the particular Nikes that I was buying, but I just thought that the Hokas, they were pretty expensive. So anyway, I get a second pair of them and I get the exact same style. And what I really liked about them was that I put them on the first day and I did not have any blisters or anything. I went out and walked 5 miles and my feet felt great. So then the second pair came and I'm about halfway through those, and this was about December, so I'd been walking outside in them. I started having heel pain on one heel, not on both, just one. And so I did the therapy and really tried to work out this heel pain, but it just never went away. So I ended up getting these little like rubber heel cups, and these are gross because all the rocks and gross stuff that has come into my shoe as I'm walking has all collected in these little cups on the back, and then part of my socks rubbed off on it and everything. But I thought that that would make it better, and initially it did make it better with wearing a weighted vest, but just this morning, I'm sitting here wearing these things, wishing my new shoes would get here, and I'm still having heel pain, and it's been 4 months. So now I took the heel pads out to see if it would get better, and some days it does, and some days I don't feel it, but it all comes back to the heel pain. Well, I started doing more research, and I started looking into these barefoot shoes, and there's some people that just say, oh my God, why would you do that to yourself? But I've read some podiatrist reviews and lots of different reviews online, and I am a big fan of Mark Sisson that started the Primal Kitchen. I don't know if you know anything about that, but he sold that company. But Primal Kitchen is all clean eating type of foods, and like definitely condiments. It's just very clean food, and yes, it's expensive, but it's worth it. So Mark Sisson just did a book called Born to Walk, I believe it's called. I got it for my son, and I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but my son was like, oh my gosh, Mom, he started this company called Palova, and it was these barefoot shoes, but the barefoot shoes on it were $160. And yes, my favorite mentor, Chalene Johnson, did a review on the Palova shoes, but I'm so skeptical over these barefoot shoes. And so I found this other company, and the shoes were on sale for like $60. And I thought, well, I want to try them out, but I don't want to invest just a ton of money on it because I might be throwing them away right away. So I ordered these shoes, and they are from Hike Footwear, and everything I read about them online, and I do have a discount code for you if you want to try them with me, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear these shoes for 30 days, and then I'm going to come back and make another video and tell you exactly what I think of these shoes. So, I don't want you to do it if you don't want to, but this is what got me. And I want to show you the bag that I got. Okay, so the shoes came in this bag. Here's the thing that got me about it was it's supposed to be an American company, and I found some things that lead me to think that it might not be an American company. And the one thing was that it took 15 days for the shoes to get here. And with Amazon and how quickly all the shipping services are nowadays, I didn't think it should be taking 15 days. So when I looked it up, the tracking information, it did say that it was coming from an international airport, but it didn't say where. And it did show me the tracking information, and there was a lot of, the shoes would be sitting in different places for 2 days at a time. So it took forever for them to get here. And anyway, Easter was last weekend, and I'm sure there was shipping delays, but it came by United States Postal Service, which I thought was weird as well. But anyway, they finally arrived. So they came in this bag, and I've got them on right now so you can see them. And I just chose black because they had a lot of fun colors. They really did. But I was like, oh my God, these shoes are so ugly. They have like the barefoot on the bottom of them. And I thought, I don't want any more attention on my feet because these shoes are so extremely ugly. They all have that little toe thing right here. And I just didn't like it at all. So I just got them in black. And so I want to show you what all came with it. I also ordered, and I'm gonna take these off so you can see. These are the orthopedic insoles. And these were like $60, and these are very, like, look at this. They fold in two. They remind me more of like a water shoe. So I was really hesitant about that. But anyway, the more I kept reading on it, so these people also do a hiking shoe. They have them for hiking. So I'm really interested in that because I've always worn other shoes for hiking, and I like to do a lot of hiking. But they were saying that it has all these solutions for plantar fasciitis, how do you say that? Fasciitis, neuropathy, flat feet, toe deformities, which means bunions. I have a bunion on my foot, and ankle pain and heel pain. And that is their big claim to fame. And it shows you in here all the things that it addresses. And you know, it says what you're going to get from these shoes are you're going to get enhanced foot strength, natural biomechanics, improved balance, pain relief if you've got, you know, plantar fasciitis. Is that how you say it? I don't know. You know, that they're just really versatile. Well, I ended up getting these orthopedic soles because I was skeptical about being so flat on the ground, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, after wearing these cushioned Hokas and Nikes and whatever, it's not going to feel good, and I need something between me and the ground. So what's interesting is these are all one size fits all. These things are $30. So they're half the price of the shoe, but they look pretty good. But what's interesting is that I had to cut them down. So they give you a little guide, and you can see that here. And so I just went along the guide and cut them down. So I will say that the shoes were pretty comfortable on their own. Now, I've just been wearing them around the house because they tell you to do that. They tell you do not go out on a walk, you know, until you get used to the shoes. And I'm all about that because I don't want to get any blisters or you know, anything like that. It messes up my whole workout routine, right? So anyway, I put those insoles in, and it just, they feel pretty good. And they tell you also, I had read that you shouldn't wear socks with them, and I thought, okay, that's kind of gross because you can't throw the shoes in the washing machine. You have to like scrub them with like dishwashing detergent and air them out like that. You know, you can't put them in the washing machine. So I thought, oh, if I wear them barefoot, you know, they're going to be pretty gross pretty quick. So I put socks on with them. Anyway, it comes with all this other stuff, and they're telling you to, you know, track it, and they give you these little stickers to track it with. Well, I don't need this because I know that I'll be wearing them every day for my 5-mile walk. But anyway, if you want to try these shoes, I've got a discount code for you. So, like I said, go to the description in the show notes there, and I will have a coupon code for you. I believe it's 15% off, so you can try them. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. They also give you this whole buy two, get one free, and they have some other sales like that on there. I didn't want to do that because I didn't know if I'd like these shoes or not. So I'm trying the barefoot shoes. I've tried all the cushioned shoes, and they just have been problematic. And honestly, here's the other thing about the barefoot shoes. They have this wide toe box. I don't know about you, but I used to wear stiletto heels in my 20s and the beginning of my 30s, and those things squeeze your toes like this. So I've had a lot of toe problems, and I've had to wear a toe separator, and this winter I was wearing a toe separator with these Hokas, and it hurt. It hurt a lot. But I have heard that your feet change so much after 30 days of being in these barefoot shoes because it's going back to natural, and it's grounding you with the earth and everything. So I will report back here and let you know, but that is what I'm doing with a weighted vest. And if you had questions about what you should be wearing with a weighted vest, now you know. That's what I wanted to tell you today. Anyway, I am going to go in, and company sent me a rebounder, and a lot of you that have subscribed to my channel have been telling me to do rebounding. So I am on day 3 of rebounding, and I will definitely do a 30-day review on what I thought of rebounding. I'm keeping a little journal of how it's making me feel and what has changed. And I will tell you, on day 3 of the rebounding, I am already feeling it in my glutes. So that's a good thing, right? Sure, and watch my 2 other weighted vest videos. I will connect one of them up here, and the other link will be in the show description. So be sure and watch those if you're wanting more information on wearing a weighted vest, and I will talk to you next time.